Welcome to yet another FPL video. Now, I have to say thank you to everyone who's been watching my past few videos. Been hitting thousands of views consistently, and I have to say I really appreciate everyone who's been watching, everyone who's been liking the videos, commenting, sparking some discussion, everyone who subscribed. I'm just overwhelmed by all the support and all the feedback, everyone telling me what they like about the videos and all of that. And yeah, if there's anything that you want me to improve on or any types of videos that you want me to make, then let me know. In this video, I'll be recapping on my team for Game Week 4, and I'll be discussing who I'm going to captain, what my final transfer decision is at the moment, because things can change. You have to say that they can change even just before the deadline, with the Son news that has come out today and stuff like that. It's just very hard to get on top of. And 90% of you that have been watching these videos are not subscribed. I have to say, just if you enjoy these videos, click the subscribe button. There's more content like this to come. And without further ado, let's go into my team. And I will basically echo what I said before. In terms of fixtures, in terms of who's playing, I'm very, very happy with it. And yeah, I mean, you got McCarthy at home against West Brom. You really are expecting a clean sheet potentially there, because they just got one against Burnley, which was probably the tougher fixture on paper anyway. But yeah, West Brom, they actually have a decent attack. But Southampton, if they are as resolute as they were in the last game, rather than how open they were against Tottenham, then yeah, you can expect maybe a clean sheet, if not some save points. You never know. Ideally, they concede a penalty, he saves it, but that's just wishing for too much. But not too concerned with the keeper, and that is why I didn't wildcard around Game Week 2-3, because I saw McCarthy's next two fixtures against Burnley away and West Brom at home, and I thought, why? Might as well just keep. In terms of the defence now, I have to say I am a bit concerned with Wolves, because, yeah, they got a clean sheet in their first game against Sheffield United, but Sheffield were a bit toothless up front. And after that, conceding 3 to City, yeah, to be fair, that can happen even at home. But remember, last season they did the double over City, and you would have expected maybe a 2-1, maybe a bit closer game. I know that Jesus scored at the end, but then the 4-0 defeat against West Ham, this could be similar to the beginning of last season, where Wolves were very, very shaky, and they actually lost 5-2 at home to Chelsea, if you remember, and they were off to a really poor start, and they had to then improve so much, maybe between mid-season and going into the second half of the season, and after Project Restart, that's when they kept a lot of clean sheets. But yeah, with Wolves, it's very hard to tell. They sometimes have these dips in form, but they've got no other competitions really to focus on. And they're facing Fulham. Fulham, yeah, they might have Mitrovic, but really, Fulham are a really poor team. And from the beginning of the season, I tipped them and West Brom to go down. As for the third one, I'll be honest, I'm not really sure. But if Wolves are ever going to keep a clean sheet, it has to be in this game. I'm confident that Saïss can do so, but in terms of the long term, 5.1 million is Roman Saïss someone I'd be looking at. I don't know. That's why on a wild card, stuff like this can change. I could get rid of him, but yeah, if Wolves get their act together defensively and they focus less on attacking, which is what they seem to be doing at the moment, then yeah, I would be confident in Roman Saïss or whichever Wolves defender, to be honest. They've got some great fixtures coming up for some defensive returns, but yeah, there's never a guarantee. Just have to hope that he does the business. Now, Reece James is another one who I know I got him in because of his attacking potential, but Chelsea's defence just doesn't fill me with confidence. I don't see too many clean sheets this season. I'm not saying they're not going to get at least 10, because they can, and that would be poor if they couldn't even reach 10. But yeah, after they conceded 3 goals against West Brom, I saw a statistic that was really damning. And Chelsea under Lampard have only kept 1 clean sheet away from home, and that was against Spurs when they won 2-0. And remember, they had 10 men in that game when Son got sent off for his incident with Rudiger. So it's not really ideal, but 2 home games in a row, and that's where they kept pretty much all their clean sheets with Frank Lampard last season. And they've got Mendy in, who looked pretty good against Spurs in the Carabao Cup, but I have to say, in terms of penalty saves, he went the wrong way pretty much every single time. I have to say that, but yeah, they should be better when Chilwell comes back. He should be back either this week or after international break. Thiago Silva should be better than what he was against West Brom. And yeah, Chelsea's defence is still not great, even with all these new additions, but it has to be better than last season. And Reece James, what I like about him, is his attacking potential and the amount of crosses he puts in, and he's on corners and all that stuff. And that's why I said sometimes look beyond the points, because someone like Reece James is a very good player and he could give you a lot of returns. But from my defenders, I have to say I probably want someone who's going to have more chance of getting a clean sheet or from even assists and goals. So someone like Robertson, I have to say, even after just his game week 1 performance, he's already like looking really good. And then, yeah, a clean sheet against Chelsea and then a goal against Arsenal. I have to say Robertson and Trent double up is probably the best way to go in terms of defence. But you can't have everyone, and you'd have to restructure the team, of course. And yeah, James Justin, for now I'm happy with him, but he's not going to be in the team for long. And Castagna looks like one of the best defenders at the moment, especially at 5.7 million. But Justin at his price is the best for sure. And yeah, 2 good home fixtures coming up. Even if they don't keep a clean sheet against Arsenal, he could get an attacking return. But I don't know if I would start him for that. But I'm very confident in my defence, as you can tell. And then with Arnold, not much to say there. Even though Villa are actually very, very good defensively, Trent can keep a clean sheet, and Liverpool are just looking really good. I expect them to win the league again. I'd be surprised if they don't. And yeah, Trent, I have to say, statistically, maybe Robertson is slightly better, but in terms of the assist potential, he is still right up there amongst the very best. And yeah, 7.5 million, he's better than any midfielder you could get at that price or any attacker. And more clean sheets will come, I'm pretty sure of that. Maybe against Aston Villa, but if not, possibly an assist or 2. You never know. And yeah, Trent is someone I'd probably like to keep anyway for the time being. And I wouldn't want to make a sideways move from him to Robertson, especially on a hit. And that's what could allow me to get Bruno in for Son, for example. I would actually rather just have Trent and Robertson, because even if they don't keep a clean sheet, at least one of them will produce pretty much in 37 game weeks out of 38, maybe a few less. But yeah, I got that much confidence in those 2. And in terms of the midfield, yeah, it looks very good on paper. Son, even if he does play this weekend, I wouldn't expect him to get a goal or whatever. He could, you never know. But Jose Mourinho came out today and said that there is a small chance that he actually plays against Manchester United away, but there's no guarantee. And yesterday, after the Chelsea game, he did say that Son should be back after the international break, but there's no guarantee. So, I don't know. With Mourinho, it's very hard to tell sometimes. I don't know if he's doing mind games or if he's just saving Son, or if he's just been resting Son all this time, so he's fully charged against Man United. It could be any of those 3 or something else that I haven't thought of. But I think I'm going to hold Son for now. And if he doesn't play, Basuma can come in, or Mitchell, and they can collect the 1 or 2 points hopefully. But yeah, with Heung-min Son, another option would be to downgrade to Harvey Barnes, and that would allow me to get Robertson in defence for either Justin, Saiss, James, or even Mitchell. Or I could even maybe start saving up to get Ings up front for Davis. But I'll probably have to get a budget midfielder in for Son. There's so many things I could do, but I think for now I'm going to hold. I have to say that. And that's what I was saying in my Game Week 4 preview earlier this week. And I think I'm going to be sticking to that. And if he does play, that's a bonus, because he still has that potential to maybe get 1 goal or assist. I wouldn't expect too much more from that. But Man United are actually up there in terms of goals, expected goals conceded, and big chances conceded. So yeah, there's a lot of things you have to take into account. James Rodriguez, in terms of assists, him and Salah have actually been the most creative players so far this season. And James Rodriguez, hopefully he starts getting more direct assists, because against Palace, like I said, fantastic performance, but no points. And that's why I probably wouldn't captain someone like James. He's just someone there to get those extra points, but I wouldn't really captain him, if you know what I mean, because he could get a lot of pre-assists or the pass before the assist, which just leaves you frustrated. So yeah, James Rodriguez, I'm happy with him. I was very confident after seeing his performance against Palace, but yeah, no points. But still, I have that confidence that he can get some in the future, but not enough to captain him. I don't think I probably would at any point, unless he's scoring and assisting every game, which I very much doubt. And then, yeah, I have to say, I'll leave the 4 attackers till last, the 4 captaincy options: Salah, Calvert-Lewin, Jimenez, and De Bruyne. Now, I have to say, this is a big headache, and this is something I can change before the deadline. So this is the area in my team that's most likely not locked in. Now, the reason for that is let's start off with De Bruyne, who is currently my captain. He's facing Leeds away, and Leeds are second or third highest for expected goals conceded and for big chances conceded and all of that. I think they're actually first in that regard. So their defence hasn't been that good. They should be conceding even more goals. And to be fair, they did concede a lot of goals in their first 2 games. They conceded 7, but they got a clean sheet against Sheffield. I have to say they were very fortunate to do that. And Sheffield aren't exactly a free-flowing team at the moment. So in that regard, De Bruyne is the best captaincy option. But then you look at Man City. Yeah, they probably will score against Leeds. How many? No one knows. Leeds are at home, so that will make things a bit tougher for Manchester City. And there's no Aguero or Jesus. And I have to say, I think both of them were missed against Leicester because they had no focal point in attack. It was Sterling playing up front, and you really want him on the left, drifting inside. And yeah, I don't know, like they could play De Bruyne as a false 9, but either way, I'd probably want him in midfield or as in the cam position, just behind a striker like Aguero, playing him in and doing crosses and getting so many assists. So that's the reason why I'm not so sure on De Bruyne this week. And I was more confident last week, but that turned out to be very, very wrong. And now with Salah, he's playing Aston Villa away, and Aston Villa are actually one of the best defensive teams at the moment. They haven't conceded a goal yet, 2 clean sheets on the bounce. But then looking at Aston Villa, who did they play? They played Sheffield United and Fulham, and even then they got away with it against Fulham because Martinez made a big mistake, and they got away with it. So, and then the other counter side there is Salah has been looking pretty good this season, and Liverpool have been just amazing. But what can you counter against that? Is that Salah away from home. He scored 4 last season away from home, and so did De Bruyne. He's someone you'd really want to captain in the home fixtures, and that's why I'm not too keen on Salah away. I have to say, if I had Mane this week, I'd probably be captaining him because not only is his away record much better than Salah's, but also his expected goals is pretty much the highest from open play, and Mane has a great record against Aston Villa, a very good record. He pretty much scores in every single game against them. So that's someone I really wish I had for this week, but I don't, and that's why I'm not so sure on Salah. But he can still score. All of these statistics that you put in there, statistics aren't everything. There's more to do with that. Otherwise, football would just be pretty boring, to be honest. But yeah, there is a chance that Salah can score. But am I totally confident he will deliver the most points in my team? I'll be honest, I'm not so sure this week. And even last week, I wasn't so sure, and he was playing Arsenal at home. So yeah, some tough calls to be made there. And then with those 2 strikers, I had the captaincy on Calvert-Lewin in my last video, and he's still someone I could consider. And the reason why is he's the best player in the league so far with the most goals. He gets so many chances fed to him by Richarlison, by Digne, by James Rodriguez. He's got so much creativity from all sides of the pitch, and that's what I really like about it. And Everton are looking very good. They're playing Brighton, who, although they were very unlucky to lose against Manchester United, they do concede a lot of goals, Brighton. And they only kept 1 clean sheet against Newcastle, but they conceded 3 to Chelsea at home, and they conceded 3 at home to Manchester United. So it's a tough one. And Brighton, defensively, they're actually not too bad in terms of expected goals conceded. And to be honest, they're a bit unlucky, like I said, against in the last game. And with Everton, in terms of attacking, I'd say Liverpool are the only team that look better going forward so far, and Leicester. Those are the 3 best attacking teams at the moment. So there is a case to be made for Calvert-Lewin, and also I don't think he'd be highly captained compared to someone like De Bruyne or Mohamed Salah. They'd probably be the most captain choices yet again. And then Raul Jimenez. He's playing Fulham, and they look terrible, absolutely terrible against Aston Villa. And their defence was just absolutely shocking. But then Wolves looked shocking in the last game against West Ham, and Raul Jimenez scored an own goal. But I actually expect Jimenez to score. But do I see him scoring a hat-trick or more? Basically, what I'm trying to say with Jimenez is I don't think his ceiling is too high. I think 2 goals is probably the maximum he could score. You never know. But yeah, he's facing a poor Fulham side, and that's why he is worth captaining. But I'm not sure if he's worth captaining over the informed Calvert-Lewin, the ever-reliable Mohamed Salah, or Kevin De Bruyne, who's just so consistent. So those are my 4 captaincy options, and at the moment I am leaning towards De Bruyne, but the fact that City don't have Jesus or Aguero it puts so many doubts in my mind, and that's why I'm actually thinking of Calvert-Lewin maybe. And if Salah's away record was a bit better, I'd probably be captaining him. But yeah, it's a really tough one to call. And also you have to take into account, Aston Villa have actually looked pretty good, although they've had some poor opponents. But yeah, Liverpool are the best team in the league. That's probably one big plus for Salah, and that's why I may lean towards him. But yeah, it's definitely between those four. And I have to say, Jimenez is probably the least likely out captain, even though he's probably the most likely to actually score a goal. But do I see him scoring more? I'm not so sure. But that's my team for game week 4, and my bench. Basuma's my first substitute, Mitchell's my second substitute, and Davis is last, because he didn't even play 1 minute in their last game against Fulham. But yeah, I'm very confident in this team for this week. Going forward, maybe not so much, but it is a good team, I believe, and there should be some points along the way. But the captaincy decision is so important because it's just extra points if you get it right. If you don't, then you're missing out on a lot. You could go down in rank. So it's very important to get this captaincy decision right. I don't want to overthink it too much, even though it may seem like I am. But there are plenty of options this week, and it makes things pretty interesting rather than just captaining just one player and that's it, the same player every single week, which is what I may do anyway, but I'm not so sure at the moment. I'll have to give it maybe one last thought. But that is my team. Let me know how your team is looking for game week 4. Who do you think I should captain, and who are you captaining, and give your reasons why. And yeah, when are you thinking of wildcarding? In my case, I have to say I'm resisting an urge every single week, but I don't think I need to yet, and that's the key thing. I don't think I need to. I'm happy with my team so far. I don't want to take any more hits, and that's why I'm probably holding Son. So yeah, I just want to be patient and let things flow, get more data, get more information on everyone, and then I can start making some calculated decisions and get the best players possible. But thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, smash the like button, and if you haven't subscribed already, click the subscribe button down at the bottom right hand corner. Yeah, very simple. Like I said, 90% of you who have been watching my videos haven't subscribed, and if you enjoy my content, then why not? And leave your feedback if there's anything you want me to improve on, any types of videos you want me to make. Like I said at the beginning of this video, let me know. But thank you for watching this video. Good luck with game week 4. Game week 3 wasn't great for most people. I do expect this week to be more high scoring, and yeah, hopefully in my case, but we'll have to wait and see. A decent start overall, 2 good weeks, followed by a very poor game week 3, probably one of the worst in in my history, but it happens. We'll have to wait and see what goes on in game week 4, but I am very positive indeed. So that probably means I'll do badly. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.